Good evening. I am so excited that you are here tonight, and I'm so honored that I was asked to share my story with you all. My name is Tina Conger, and I live in Hays, Kansas, and I've been with Singular a little over 6 years now. When I came to this, I was looking for weight loss, and I thought that's all I wanted. I was stuck on a weight loss plateau, wasn't getting anywhere with diet and exercise anymore, and I started this very, very skeptically. You can ask my friend Erin, who helped me get started. I was probably the biggest skeptic you have ever seen. I asked all the questions. I put her off for a very long time. But you know what? I decided to give it a shot because it had a money-back guarantee. And by day 3, I felt like a completely different person. I couldn't ever remember feeling that good. And in my first 8 days, I lost 9.8 pounds and 5 inches. My husband started shortly after me. He lost weight as well, was feeling a whole lot better, and it helped us with some other things in our household as well. And you know what? When that happens, people start to notice and they start asking. And besides that, I couldn't keep my mouth shut anyway because I was feeling so great. I didn't really know that there was an opportunity associated with this. And you guys, I don't have a background in this. I don't know anything about health, nutrition, other than what I've learned since being here and from my own experience. I am a paralegal by trade and also work very part-time for an oil and gas company. And so this has allowed me to do that very, very part-time work. But my friends started asking me, my friend helped me get them some information, and I remember getting my check in the mail for helping my very first friend, and it was $75.40. That was huge. They don't send us paper checks anymore. We get paid electronically, but I've been paid almost every day since then for the past over 6 years. Isn't that incredible? Like something that I never planned on happening, but I made about $600 my first 2 weeks. And I can tell you what a blessing that was. When I started this, it was about the time that school enrollment was coming around, and we have 3 boys. I think at that time they were elementary school, middle school, and high school. And by the time we pay for enrollment and books and school supplies and school clothes and all that, it usually ended up being about $1,000. You know what? That was the very first time I'd ever paid cash for that. I was so excited. Shortly after that was Christmas, and it was the very first time I'd ever paid cash for Christmas. And I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but my husband and I have both changed jobs the exact same day, and we both took cuts in pay several years ago. And so I was working part-time, he was working in a new job, and we were probably living pretty paycheck to paycheck. I mean, we weren't in bad shape or anything like that, but I still had a budget, and I would go to the grocery store with my list, and I would go down my list of what I needed and kept track of how much I was spending to make sure I had enough money in my account when I got up to the cash register. And you guys, I don't do that anymore. And in fact, where I paid for school supplies for my family that one year in cash, a couple years later, I went back in, bought gift cards, and handed them out at the store to random people that I could tell were shopping for school supplies. And I love being able to do those random acts of kindness. I love being able to give to our charities more, to our friends who may be suffering, to funeral memorials, things like that I didn't feel like I could do before. And that does my heart good. We have some other things in the community we would like to do as well. But another fun thing that I got to do, my kids all drive on their own now, so I got to trade in my mom van and bought a Jeep. And you know what? I bought it a year ago, and I am able to make double, triple payments on that or more if I want to because of this opportunity. We also had our air conditioner go out recently. We had money in savings for that. We didn't used to have money in savings, or if we did, it was like the $100 minimum that you had to have in a savings account. Now we have money in savings when taxes and those random things come along. I now have 2 kids in college, and it's a huge help for helping pay for those school costs that they have as well. But also, it gives us time, freedom, and flexibility in our schedule. I get to work very, very part-time and still have money to pay our bills. And I love it. I love helping people feel better. Who can't use a little bit more energy? Who's not looking for some extra income? We can all use a side gig and some extra money, right? Because the more you make, the more good you can do in the world. But I also love that there's travel opportunities that go along this as well. Free trips that you earn. Not saying Singular just gives them to you, because you have to work. They're not going to give you anything just for free. But the work that you do can get you some amazing rewards. And in fact, my kids even have passports now. That was something they never planned on. I told them that my one wish for them is to use those passports as much as they possibly can the rest of their lives. And on top of that, the one thing that people say that they love the most when they come in here, and 99% of people say it's not the products that we love, it's not the opportunity, but it's the friendships. The friendships I have made here are invaluable, and I am a lifer with Singular, and I can never be more thankful that my friend presented me with this opportunity and the system, and I've loved it ever since.